Miss Elizabeth?
If you've been chronically online, you may have come across this word, yearning. But what is yearning? Is it building a home by yourself so the person you promised it to would come back? Yearning could be described as longing or desiring for something or someone. Have you ever thought about a random Tuesday afternoon where you're having lunch with your family and it feels so good, and suddenly, poof, you're here in this reality where maybe you ain't got a family to have dinner with, or you move to another country, or you just don't talk to your family, and this realization hits. What was so special about that? We feel longing for some things we can't reach again. Nostalgia plays an important role in one's life to help us remember our past and how memorable it was. And it's not necessary that nostalgia had to be strong. We all feel nostalgic at some point in our life, like you live in a foreign country and everything's out of place. Suddenly you smell a scent and it's like you're a child again, with no responsibilities, with not a worry in the world. And I hope I've explained this longing very well. So in today's video, we're going to discuss yearning and its kind in media.
Okay. See? All better.
Thank you.
Sure.
We were crazy to think that this could work. Remember how I said I'd die for you?
Also, to let you know, all my opinions are going to be subjective, as I believe art to be highly subjective thing, and our criteria for choosing media is how I felt while watching them. We'll discuss how these shows, film portrays yearning and longing for something or someone. Without further ado, let's get into it. Call Me By Your Name. If there's one film I can rewatch for the rest of my life, it'd be Call Me By Your Name 2017, directed by Luca, starring Timothy Chalamet and Armie Hammer. The way I sobbed when I first watched this film is about two guys, Elio and Oliver, and how their romantic desires for each other grows. Every year, Elio's father, who's a professor, has a student living in his villa. For them to learn something, Oliver was one of his students and probably the most effective one also. In the first pages of book Call Me By Your Name, Oliver was described as arrogant for the way he says. Later, in the film, Elio yearned for Oliver to notice him, to love him, to hold him. The whole part of that specific town is nostalgic. Watching that film was like desiring or longing for something I can't have. Elio loved Oliver, but for Oliver, he was a mere distraction, and when Oliver went back, he married.
Oh, you're getting married? I suppose?
I might be getting married next spring. Yeah.
There's a line in that film which I love. Is it better to speak or to die?
Ich bitte euch, ratet mir, was besser ist. Reden oder sterben? Is it better to speak or to die?
I'll never have the courage to ask a question like that.
For Oliver, it was to die, and for Elio, it was to speak. This film portrays yearning in its deepest form, also by making you nostalgic to the atmosphere of that town in Italy.
Why are you doing this to me? What are you doing?
Stop.
You're fucking hurting me.
Then don't fight.
Loving somebody and them leaving you hurts, and longing for them after they left, still remembering everything they've ever said, is a love with such high standard, and that standard we can find in The Summer I Turned Pretty. The Summer I Turned Pretty is a show that turned it all around for me. It carried me through I don't know how many summers, and yes, I was always Team Conrad. The amount of chemistry Conrad Fisher and Belly had, I loved that trope. Love triangles are not usually my kind of thing, but watching this show I was just absorbed. The way Conrad yearned for Belly was absolutely divine. I mean, can you imagine a man saying that my chest physically hurts for not being able to be with you?
And it hurts. Like, my chest physically hurts to not be able to tell her that I'm in love with her.
Conrad of first two seasons was emotionally detached, and we can understand why, because his mother was dying from cancer and he knew. Can you imagine the amount he had to suffer from?
What happened? Panic attack. I'm fine. I'll be fine. I'm gonna go get Jared. No, don't get Jared. I just need a second.
In season 3, he changed himself. He became more emotionally open and vulnerable. He became everything he wanted to be, except he couldn't stop loving a girl named Belly. He loved her, and the king of loving someone is really bad when they don't recognize you. People hate this show in cinephile community, but I think the stories that moves you really moves you, even if people don't like it. Conrad Fisher raised the standards. He was the utmost depiction of yearning in media, and I love him. His character was written by a woman named Jenny Han. I mean, she's incredible. You know what I mean if you've seen To All the Boys I've Loved Before, Fake Dating to Real Love. Incredible. A video on yearning, and I don't involve the master of it. Feels bizarre, right? Keep the hands for Pride and Prejudice, Mr. Darcy and Miss Elizabeth. Pride and Prejudice. Well, who haven't heard about this film? It's famous, also it's classic, based on a novel with same name written by Jane Austen. The film did wonders. Elizabeth, who had biases for Mr. Darcy, and Mr. Darcy, who was prideful, they both had to overcome their flaws to accept each other.
Most often.
There's a scene in Pride and Prejudice where Mr. Darcy assists Elizabeth to cart and suddenly he does something with his hand. That is because it was a quick moment of intimacy. And dare I say, yearning. I absolutely loved the film more than the novel and loved the yearning of Mr. Darcy. I guess we've talked enough about yearning men in media. Let's take a little dive in women yearning in media. Portraits of a Lady on Fire. Directed by Celine Sciamma, Portraits of a Lady on Fire is a masterpiece out there. It's about a painter and an aristocrat whom the painter had to draw a portrait of. The yearning between them was quite visible. At that time, when there was nothing queer allowed, they suffered, and at the end, they were tore apart from each other. But the thing is, the memory stayed. There's a story, Orpheus and Eurydice. They were in love with each other and was about to marry, but Eurydice died, so Orpheus traveled to the underworld to get his wife back, pleasing gods with his music, and he was promised his wife, but on one condition: till he gets out of there, he can't look back. And eventually, when he was about to exit, he looked back and they both got trapped. But in this film, at last scene, like Orpheus looked back, the girl didn't look at her lover, maybe to say that I'm not going to lose you forever, or to say I've lost you once and I can't bear to lose you again. Whatever it was, the yearning was absolutely fabulous. Nostalgia always has been there and will remain. Memories are the only things we'll end up with, so better choose the nice ones.
From the first moment I met you, your arrogance and conceit, your selfish disdain for the feelings of others made me realize that you were the last man in the world I could ever be prevailed upon to marry.
Forgive me, madam, for taking up so much of your time.